So this is the beach renourishment that's going on right now, and it looks like this is just finishing up this load of sand. It gets real heavy and much lower, and then they dress that and prepare for the next load of sand to come in. We've got the I believe it's the Padre Island out here right now. It is. This is Great Lakes Dock and Dredge doing the work for us. It's Memorial Day weekend. Some of the basics: we've got water seeking its level, whether it's the ship right there or the sand, salt water, and that's getting pumped out on the beach right over here. They'll move the equivalent of 1,500 dump truck loads full in about a little less than an hour. We're expecting about 20 million guests here this year. They are very professional and courteous and safe. We've got the beach patrol over there helping to keep the area secure. It's Memorial Day bike week as well. And then, as I typically say, do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? The earth doesn't move. Thank you very much. That's where the Elvis, the pelvis, we don't have toilet water flying out on people in Australia because of gravity. Well, hello, it's just water seeking its level. That's what it does all over the face of the stationary Earth. It's the sun, moon, and stars that move. I'll show you the moon and then what percentage it is and when it appeared and when it will vanish from this vantage point. The biblical proclamation is the earth doesn't move, and the sun, moon, and stars do. The water moves, the people move, the wind moves. You can call me anytime if you have concerns. You can hashtag YouTube Truth if you care to. It's my channel. It's basically exposing the reality of the world we live in. Water seeks level, covers the face of the earth, doesn't stick to an external shape. You can see it dripping off of the top of the inside of the bottle there. Kind of nice, isn't it? Let's do that again. There you go. No matter how I tip this, it will continue to seek level. There would be no level anywhere on a spinning, wobbling, and of course the gyrating globe. None of that movement has ever been proven because, well, you can't prove something that's not real. You can trick people, and a lot of people have been fooled by a very elaborate deception that gives people a false reality. How about that? God's grace is required to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. So, Scripture says to everybody forever in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion so that they'll believe the lie. You can look at that. A lot of people believe the lie they want to believe, apparently. We've got the symphony of humanity, the parents and the children, and taking all the photos, and some sharing them. Some get freaked out with cameras. Well, keep in mind we're all track, trace, database, and threat assessed. Artificial intelligence is projecting a false reality onto people. It's machine learning computers that are writing their own software and have created autonomous weapons with the help of people. They create money and influence out of thin air, prop it up with the military-industrial complex, drug people into a stupor with alcohol, legal and illegal drugs, pharmaceuticals, and vaccinations, and toxicity in the water as well. All of that's a reality. What will you do with that? Oh, good morning. Oh, I do. Good to see y'all again. You're on. Hey, did you get one of my new stickers yet? So let me give you.
I've been looking for you every day. Remember in September we got married on the beach? Right
Oh yeah. Here you go. There's a couple of them.
Okay.
Good to see you again. How long are you here for?
We've been here a week and we'll be here until Sunday.
Oh, nice.
We got 2 weeks in this time.
Great. Wow, beautiful. Now I covered a lot of the beach renourishment. You might enjoy that.
Okay.
And more.
All
All right, a lot more. Great to see y'all. Thanks. And that is part of the dynamic. I know a lot of people out here, and a lot of times they'll come on up and talk to me. It's unusual, of course, seeing ships so close to the shoreline here, especially that large. And then, as you can see, the Dodge Island is sitting a lot lower in the water, very, very low. It's loaded with sand and water as well. They clean up the sand somewhat. So one of the dynamics is higher is drier and lower is wetter all over the face of the earth. Right in the middle of the view there we can see the how that is. For example, we can see the wet sand and how it's distorted. The smoother the sand is, it's easier to see, and then like in that little puddle right there, that's mostly flat water. And the symmetry of that is perfect. I remember playing with silly sand as a child, enjoying that. So they're setting up for the next load of sand coming in. We're expecting about 20 million guests here this year. That is the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier. Got a gentle offshore breeze that you can see right there. You can see the effects of it. You can't see the breeze. One of the categories that I have created is a hashtag that I call VEEMS, which is the inverted view, the upside down world that exists only in the imagination. If you're curious about the supposed curvature of the Earth, 8 inches per mile squared can't be found. EarthCurvature.com is a calculator you can use to check that out if you care to. I'm gonna tip my camera down, show you the horizon, which is horizontal. No curvature. And the reason it matters is the truth matters, quite frankly. So for the most important choices that we make, I believe they should be based on truth, which is reality. Does that even look possible? The upside down world? Not to me. I know it's not real now. But the collective consciousness of a deceived humanity being programmed by artificial intelligence is a lot of what's going on right now. And the war that's being waged on humanity is for the hearts, souls, and minds of humanity. It's a battle for eternity. You need to be born again to even see the kingdom of heaven, let alone go there. It's the illusion of choice anyway. All of God's children will absolutely be born again, born of His Spirit. That happened to me roughly 4.5 years ago. Even though I thought it did much earlier. I thought it happened like over 35 years earlier. I was deceived, and by irony and paradox, I did not know it. That's a meme as well. The bulldozers and people enjoying the beach. A beam. So what will you do with that information? I know that when I first looked into the shape of the earth, a few hours into it, I realized, oh my gosh, they lied about it all. It wasn't about just watching some videos, it's about the absurdity of people living upside down in relationship to other people. Something that fabulous and spectacular. My wife Joni says, my God's big enough to make that happen. I said, well, the God of the globe is Satan. He's the deceiver. He's giving a false reality to humanity. The God who authored Scripture, whose I am, who lives in and through me, says this earth doesn't move, and that the sun, moon, and stars do. That's what we observe. Towards the end, before Christ returns, His second coming, what is talked about is an increase in knowledge. Just think about the knowledge that's increased in the last 100 years or so. Look at the technology we utilize, that I'm utilizing for this. So I wanted to show you the title activity. Here's my anytime number. Reach out anytime you like. RobertForsch@Gmail is my Gmail account. The document that I just recently posted is Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Yeah, you should look at that. Artificial intelligence. Got a lot more. TED Talks on AI. Pretty disturbing information. However, I believe it to be real. I believe it's actual. So this is Cherry Grove inside. And that's right now. And this shows the activity for today. So the biblical proclamation, I'm a biblical creationist, a Bible believer. Unapologetically biblical in the truth movement. So I'll take us beyond the pier just a bit. In the winter, the sun comes up way over here. In the summer, it'll come up way over here. Hence, early on, I was heard saying, do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? There's no gyrating going on. Then I've got my truth chair out here and the cooler. People like to put the stickers all over. Even calibration of a laser level, they use liquid to build large structures. To establish vertical, they establish the horizontal with a liquid level. You can see no curve there on the horizon. So here we've got the distorted view of the wet sand and the ripples on the water. See the difference there? Now, if there were no, now there it gets pretty clear right there. There's almost no ripples right there. And all the symmetry matches up on those reflections. With the landscape grid that I've got on my P1000 Nikon, I can see it perfectly. So people reflect off of the water, off of the wet sand, and then they also reflect on their past, present, future. This is a mission field that comes to us here. So I see it as an outreach where I'm out here at any given time of the year, any given time of the day or night. Mostly daytime hours. Sometimes I capture moonrises and that. They're creating a level surface there. These devices, the white cover on the top of the pole there, that feeds into the AI system, the computer system that helps keep the cats level. They've got a gyroscope in them as well, which maintains level. And then the ships that are out there actually are, they've got a small crew boat that takes readings. Let me see, I think I see it right over here. In the middle of the view there, it's the small crew boat. Let's go to the very calm area of the reflection right there. That's the spot. can show you the moon real quick. You can see thousands of photos on my Facebook photo album if you care to. On that as well, I've got a lot of videos linked with that also. The symphony of humanity out here. So they'll create a level surface that they'll connect more pipe onto. And I won't have time in this video to show it to you. But it's on my other videos featured with the